Welcome back, YouTube peoples. When we left off, we were playing some Into the Breach. Here with Karma Chimera in chat. Yay! So let's grab the stasis chamber like they suggested last time. Your crew drags the pod back onto your ship before the asteroid smashes into the ship, shattering through the crystal coating and destroying it. The pod appears to be functioning, but you see nothing but shreds of crystal inside. Perhaps someone else will know how to open it. Yeah, I believe if we bring it to the right sector, certain aliens can open this up, and it's got a cool, unique crew member in it, if I remember from my previous runs. This is actually a really fucking cool event. You're just a really big fan of ships? You think they're romantic? Yeah. Man, I wish, my playthrough of, Sunless Sea streamed better, but I gotta upgrade my PC before I do more of Sunless Sea. Sunless Sea captures, like, the beauty and romance of ships and the horror of the open sea so well by mixing it with Lovecraftian horror and comedy. A comedy very sparingly. I wish Sunless Sea streamed better. Top-down ship games like Sunless Sea, yeah. I also want to play Sunless Skies at some point on stream in the future. Ooh, we got another distress beacon to hop to. At some point in the future, once I've unlocked everything in this game, however fucking long that'll take, I would love to, download, there's a mod, I think it's called FTL Endless Space, which removes the endgame and just has this drag on forever. There's no more chasing rebels. Like, it's framed as you did it, you defeated the rebels, and now you're a scout ship exploring this outer space. So it turns it into an infinite running roguelite. Space Pirates and Zombies. I have not played that. You locate a nearby human mining colony where an unknown disease has spread virulently. They are setting up quarantine to contain it, but riot has broken out. Let's send our crew down to help. Your crew tries to keep the crowds in line, but the scene quickly turns ugly. Half crazed with fear, the infected grab mining tools and push back at your crew, forcing them to retire hastily. They barely get away without injury. But the same can't be said for the colony leaders. You quickly leave. On the topic of fun top-down space games and such, I don't want to get too ahead because it could be a number of years off before I'm doing anything with this, but the tabletop system I've been developing, Action, one of the settings which I've discussed in previous streams that I'm working on is Shadow Space, which is... It was originally going to be more hard sci-fi, but now I'm leaning on making it sci-fi fantasy oriented, with sort of Treasure Planet vibes. It's, Action is my fast-paced tabletop, RPG game, and Shadow Space is set to be the sci-fi, sort of fantastical sci-fi setting I want to do. And I'm working on whole entire, like, ship and vehicle mechanics for it. Yeah, at least my people didn't get sick for real. It turns out it was secretly Earth experiencing Corona. The planet we were on. But yeah, you discover one of the rebels' autonomous scouts. A ship, the ship's AI wastes no time engaging your ship. Oof, that's a scary combo of drones. But the drones are less of a risk than those guns they've got, so let's focus fire on that. Actually, we want to wait and do simultaneous fire. Yeah, because what they got is a blaster and a blaster drone, a laser drone which can't get through the shield, but that ion can fuck me up if they get a good ion shot. Alright, fire both. Alright, the ion is down. Oh, they fucking knocked out the oxygen temporarily, Jesus. Alright, fire both at weapons again. Okay, those are down. Let's focus the fire on the shields next. Yeah, our O2's back up. There's a tabletop RPG called Scum and Villainy. Oh yeah, I've seen stuff about that. It looks interesting. I've never, like, seen the mechanics of the system or played it. I wonder what it's in, is if it's like a 1d20 system or a 2d20. Like, I've heard it thrown around and heard that it's a good, like, substitute for the Star Wars tabletop RPG. Oh my god, Flak's not doing the best on accuracy. Like, Scum and Villainy is, like, similar to if you just played the Star Wars RPG without Jedi, from what I've heard. It explodes and we get Scrape. Alright, let's go and finish off our quest. You escort the ship to the requested beacon. Much to your dismay, you are ambushed by a rebel ship. You walked right into a trap. These fucks. Oh, there is a Jedi analog in it, so it's straight up Star Wars without the copyright. I mean, that's okay. D&D is basically fucking Lord of the Rings without the copyright. At least D&D First Edition was. Alright, ooh. Alright, the biggest threat to us is going to be their fucking... Oh no, they got 3-rung shield. We've got mind control now, bitches. Oh, I should have really done it to the shield dude now that I think about it. Can we even get through those shields? Yes, we can. Okay. Let's wait for our fucking mind control to turn back on. That did not last long, did it? Just keep them all on the shields. Oh god, okay, go repair that. Pretty sure Scum and Villainy is overwhelmingly focused on having a streamlined game rules, and doesn't really care about the details of the setting at all. Yeah, I know there's a lot, like, my system that I'm working on, Action, is like that, where the base system itself is just going to be a set of rules that are going to be, like, generic, like, action-adventure feel. Like, it's meant to have pace similar to, like, Fast and the Furious or Indiana Jones. We're going to accept... No, they're rebels. Fuck it, we're not going to accept their surrender. Especially because we can mind control this bitch. But yeah, like, my action system is gonna be, like, a generic system, but it's gonna have a bunch of modules that are themed. Like, my friend has been, playing with us and testing a magical girl setting he's made. I'm working on a apocalyptic one, a space one. Has my, like, 2 big focus settings, while dabbling in other things. Where, like, I say dabbling, I'm, like, taking sporadic notes on different settings. Your biggest disappointment was the lack of ship combat rules. Yeah, I do love games that have good ship combat rules. What I'm looking at for Shadow Space is, there's not gonna be, like, a ship grid. It's gonna be sort of similar to this, where the ships are just gonna, be on the map, and there's going to be an assumption, like, because space is so big, there's going to be an assumption that ships are designed to fire over massive ranges, so the ships never actually get close to each other unless you're doing ramming techniques. But the focus is going to be around, like, positions in the ships. Again, I'm taking a lot of FTL inspiration, and a lot of, like, ship building mechanics. So, like, again, ships being in space, the assumption is, like, there's going to be vagueness of actual ship positioning, but a lot of mechanics behind, like, how ships shoot, trying to board, ramming mechanics. But, like, space combat's gonna be a big focus of Shadow Space, and, like, ship designing. Where, like, one of the ideas I have is, like, all the ships in the world were modularly designed, So you're not like buying like subsystems and building them into your ship. You're buying an entire subsystem that is a room of the ship that you just tack on and weld into place. You come across a large trade station. However, as soon as you approach, a warning goes out to all ships in the region. Do not associate with the Federation sympathizer. All who oppose the rebels will be punished. Let's mind control the announcer's opinion. Hell yeah. You locate the source of the announcement and convince the speaker to rescind the previous statement. Hopefully you will have enough time to shop before you can figure out what just happened. We can sell the damaged stasis pod. Let's hold on to it. Co-op tabletop RPG ship combat could be really interesting. Yeah, like, one of the big focuses of my action system is co-op play. Because nothing bothers me more in D&D than when one player, like, checks out because it's not their turn, and then when their turn comes back, they need to have the whole thing explained to them again. So in action, all players' turns happen at, like, rather than being player-based turn, it's team-based turn. So all the players who are on a team together take their turn together, and there's like a whole encouragement of cooperative actions, where if you work together to do the same thing, you get significant boosts. So like, if two players attack the same enemy, the enemy can only actively avoid being hit by one. Like, they can only react to the other one they're just using their passive defense against. An automated reloader, a repair arm, weapon pre-igniter, Jesus. Honestly, I don't think I want to buy, actually a breach bomb. Slower than Mark 1, does more damage to systems and crew. Compared to the firebomb would actually be really nice. Designed to damage crew members in light fires. How much power do they? 2 power, 2 power. I want to get a firebomb. So let's get that. Full repair. And can we get the upgrades to our weapon system? So we need 50. Okay. What I'm actually going to do is turn off flak to turn on the firebomb. Sentinels of the Multiverse. I've never seen Sentinels of the Multiverse. Systems I've played in depth, like that I've like played with my friends, are D&D 3.5, D&D 4, D&D 5. I've also played Atomic Highway. If anyone wants a fast, simple, fun, free apocalyptic RPG, get Atomic Highway. Like, the company that made it went under, but before they did, they made the system free on all storefronts. It's a very fun one. I highly recommend it, if you can get it, with its Array of Freaks and Weirdos expansion. But I've played those. That's all I've played in length, but I've read the books for Mobius Entertainment's Fallout, which I did not like their system. Mobius Entertainment's Dishonored. And I've read the book for GURPS. Kind of. I've read a lot of GURPS rules, but GURPS is so fucking dense. One of my big inspirations was I wanted to do what GURPS was doing, but simpler and easier to penetrate for action. Let's go ahead and let's jump here, and then to the exit after that. Oh, I also played the old, like, 90s Marvel tabletop RPG back in the day. An unidentified ship is badly damaged and still being assaulted by a pirate ship. The victim begins a distress beacon until the messenger, until the pirate cuts in and offers to split the bounty if you sit tight. Nah, we're gonna fight the fucking pirates. Alright, fire bombs! Oh god, they got some scary stuff on them. So the firebomb just teleports in, ignoring shields, which is fantastic. Let's mind control the guy in shield so he can start attacking it. Alright. The old Marvel RPG, you can find it free online, on, like, Marvel United, I think is what it is. It is a fun one. A little complex, shows its age in some ways, but it is just good, clean fun. I mean, my friends had a campaign that lasted a couple years on it, before I actually ended it, because of... This is gonna sound ridiculous. It was causing me stress because I was having to treat it basically like a job for a while. There's one crew member already dead. They just firebombed the front and he should be dead. Boom. Bunch of extra scrap for taking out a fully assembled ship. Bomb pops in next to him. Fine, our previous officer is not good enough, let us live. Yeah, nah, buddy. The pirates are all dead, leaving the ship dead in space. You scrounge what you can from the ship before contacting its former prey. Again, I feel like we should be allowed to just strip all weapons. I feel like killing a ship while leaving survivors should be hugely rewarded. Sentinels of the Multiverse is a co-op card game where each pre-made deck represents a different character, and the villains and the environment are represented by a self-playing deck. There's a ship commander character whose deck is entirely her ship, and can alternate between support and DPS role. Narratively, neither operating as the team's ride or allowing other players to crew her ship. And that's pretty cool sounding. Man, I wish, again, I would need a better PC so I can stream even Tabletop Sim, because I fucking love board and card games, and Tabletop Sim is fantastic for streaming that kind of stuff. There's some card games out there that I adore with co-op vibe, like the Battlestar Galactica board game. Incredible. The whole idea is all of the players are crews on the Battlestar Galactica, protecting it against various threats that are drawn from a threat deck every round. And the players all contribute, trying to keep all of these threats under check as they all keep mounting and the ship gets in worse and worse condition. But then at a certain point in the game, it gets worse. See, everybody has in front of them a roll card that you're not allowed to look at for a while, or a race card, I mean. And at a certain point in the game, everybody's told to look at it. This is the activation of the Cylon, a robot that has been secretly planted on the crew. The Cylon player now knows that they're actually not supposed to be helping the ship, but be destroying it. So now you suddenly have to change your direction and start sabotaging the ship in such a way that the crew doesn't catch on, because the crew can vote to kill people aboard, and if they kill non-Cylons, it causes massive negative debuffs, but if they can kill the Cylon, I believe that's an immediate win condition, killing all Cylons. It's either killing all Cylons or making it to the bottom of the threat deck are the win conditions. But games like that, I fucking adore. Anyway, let's continue. I like having a chat that I can have, like, open conversations with. Slow games like this are fantastic for that. Thank the heavens you showed up. We don't have as much to offer for a reward, but our engineer should be proficient enough to patch your ship up a bit after that nasty fight. That's okay, because let's see here. I believe 50... That's 100... we don't have enough for the upgrades I want yet, but soon. Oh, the last shot he fired off made it. Let's let that wear off. Okay. And let's jump to the exit. You don't like betrayal-based games? That's right. You can actually play the game with the betrayal feat removed, and just play it as, like, a player PvE game. Dead of Winter is a similar game, where it's about building a zombie, like, apocalypse survival bunker, but you can just completely remove the trader cards, and the game actually is, like, built to allow that and work still. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive chart... Yeah, ooh! Your information... You inform a nearby station of your fight on the rebels, and they offer to outfit your ship with a weapon. Nice! Okay. God, now I really want to get those fucking upgrades. Let's hear. 50 plus 75 is fucking 100 and... Or no, not 100. Wait. Yeah, 125. So we got enough to do that, but not have the power we need to power it. That would be another bit. So let's go ahead and jump to the next sector. Yeah, like, allowing that kind of, like, flexibility is really good. I actually love the fucking Fallout board game. Its latest expansion, Atomic Bonds, adds in a full co-op mode. So you can turn the game from, like, a PvP adventure exploration to a player versus NPC. Like, it becomes full co-op, and I love that. And it's very easy to homebrew some of the co-op mechanics into base game as well, and create sort of a mishmash mix of mixed co-op and, like, single. We're going to the Slug Home Nebula. That's our only choice. You're told the Slug homeworld is somewhere in this nebula. You can't see them, but you know they're watching. The Slug are, giant mind-reading slug aliens. Very funny race. Oh god. Alright, we only have one choice. Hated the Battlestar Galactica reboot. I've not watched any Battlestar Galactica, actually. I've always heard good things. Everyone else to recognize how bullshit and terrible it was until it was nearly the end. Huh. Yeah. It's always a little upsetting when you see a show, but, I mean, it's not like it makes it's not like it stops you from going back and watching the old series. Ooh. Before you can take a moment to rest from the ever-present nebula in this sector, a pirate ship appears behind you and opens fire. Oh god, they are well fucking armed. I don't really know about the ending of original Battlestar Galactica? I know the ending of original. My dad is a huge fan of Battlestar, Star Trek, Stargate, like Star Wars. He loves his space media. He's also a big D&D player and like Lord of the Rings fan and shit. Ah, they hacked our cameras. Okay. Let's throw a bomb down here. And we start chipping away at that green shield. Actually, let's... wait, I think I just did it in time to change where I'm putting this down. Let's put it in weapons. They shut down our mind control. That's okay, since we can't tell where we'd be firing anyway. Actually, since you're doing nothing, you go and repair that. Oh, he's stuck in the room. Hang on, you help him get out. Alright, hang on. Don't stay in there. Okay. Oh, God. Their hack is fucking with our cams again. Oh, Jesus. They're doing a pretty good job of roughing us up. I mean, the reboot... Oh, the reboot had a controversial ending? The audience thought they were somehow going to tie up all the loose ends neatly, and instead they just abruptly drove the show over a cliff. Yeah, God. I remember back in the day watching the talks of J.J. Abrams' Mystery Box, and, like, how good it sounded on paper, but there's one thing of, like, you need something in the box. You can't just have a mystery box with nothing in it, because eventually that box needs to be opened. And if you don't have something in that box and you need to make something up, you fucked up. Like, you need something in it. It's as simple as fucking that. Oh god, get in there and help him out. Oh god, they're roughing us up. I've been distracted. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. You get in there. Oh god, you get out of there. I was not paying attention at all. Oh god. Oh man. Okay, let's just jump. Jesus Christ. You jump in and immediately see an impressive slug pirate ship with a black raven painted on one side. They hail you. Greetings! I am the Dread Pirate, Captain Knights. You mustn't be full of fear, or you must be full of fear, no? You have heard of me, no? No. Well, I have heard of you, and I must see if you are as dangerous as they say. I challenge you! No, thank you. I see. However, you have no choice in the matter. Oh, fuck. No. Not good timing for a challenge, my friend. You're gonna win. That's it. You're gonna win. Oh god. Oh god. But yeah, like, God, some good examples of a mystery box done right actually come from some children's media. Steven Universe and Gravity Falls. Those both had a good mystery box setup with an amazing payoff later on. Oh, fuck me, the medbay's broken. We're fucked. We're fucked. That's it. That's the end of this run. Jesus Christ. Okay. You go here. You return here. Let's open this door. Oh god, two's broken. Hang on. Everybody return to stations. You go here. You go heal. You go here. Oh my god. That's it. I was very distracted by the engrossing conversation in chat. Alright. You know what? This is like only a handful of minutes short of a full episode length. Let's just chat a little. Let's just have some conversation. Well, that's what I think did really good. It didn't present itself as a mystery, but if you were paying attention, a mystery was being laid in the background. All these weird environments with no explanation, the strange creatures showing up, like, why does Steven have this gem in his stomach? Well, he's half crystal gem, but who's his mom? They never make it clear who his mom is. It presents questions without asking them outright, like, say, Gravity Falls did. Again, Gravity Falls, fantastic show. I'm not criticizing it. Gravity Falls actually does the mystery box better than Steven Universe in a new number of ways. But that being said, like, God words. Steven Universe, like, laid some good, strong, like, mystery without explicitly asking the questions. Then it did start answering them very quickly once it started. Like, when it opened the box, at first it opened the box and revealed, here's a couple more boxes for you. Like, we answered the big looming weird question, which created a number of other questions. And then they just started dumping those little boxes out as quickly as you saw, or, like, after showing them all to you in one big go, they just started opening them and pouring them out. Which I don't think is bad, per se. It means the first few seasons are really slow and a drag compared to the later stuff, for anyone who wants to get into the show. But the later stuff is all, like, answers. I never actually watched the finale, though, that's the thing. I know how it ended, but I fell out of the show beforehand. It's one of the shows that, like, I stopped watching, but I learned what happened still, just through the grapevine and its popularity. Externia University, my action campaign stream I've been doing, I've been trying to do a mystery box thing, but I've fumbled a lot of ways by, like, not preparing enough for that one, and, like, being very anxious about streaming, DMing for the first time, and, like, I wasn't taking as active of notes on the side as I normally do, because I wanted to keep the pace going, and I fumbled a lot with that one. It's picked up now, and I think it's getting better, but yeah, anyone who wants to get into Externia University, I'm sorry for how clunky that start is. Um, what makes a mystery box bad is that the core story is actually terrible and the box is just being dangled. Yeah, that's another example of how they're done really bad. Like, it's just being used as, like, again, you need something in the mystery box. Like, if the mystery box is the only thing getting you drawn along, it's not good. Like, Lost is kind of a good example of it, where Lost was a lot of like, what is this? 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 With never giving any answers ever. It just kept throwing more questions at you, only to end in spoilers for Lost. Don't worry about it. The ending is so anticlimactic, you'd be angry if you actually watched the show and got to it. They were all dead. They were dead all along. One of the most cop-out fucking endings you can give. It's part of why I was furious with Cloverfield Paradox. Again, J.J. Abrams presented the initial idea of the mystery box, but he cannot use it right. Like, Cloverfield Paradox revealing the ultimate connection of the Cloverfield films was they were parallel realities all along is such a fucking cop-out, because it means you don't need to explain a connection anymore. It's why, again, spoilers for a Bioshock game, specifically a spoiler for Bioshock Infinite. It's why I hated the ending of Bioshock Infinite. Bioshock Infinite, it lost me earlier, but the ending, I was like, especially because so many people were like, the ending is so deep and revolutionary. And like, yes, I understand the commentary of Bioshock Infinite. The player has no choice ultimately in the game. As much as the games like to make us think we have choice, we're always walking a predetermined script. That meaning is very cool. But the ending is still kind of fucking lame with the way it particularly, I was upset to find out it's tied to Bioshock. Classic Bioshock it's a parallel reality. I think it would have been much cooler to just say, yes, Columbia and Rapture exist within the same world, and maybe drop a hint that part of Andrew Ryan's inspiration behind Rapture was seeing the stories of Columbia. It could have been fucking cool. Like, ugh. But yeah, like, God, like, some really good mystery boxes in media. It's hard to name ones I've seen. Like I said, fucking Gravity Falls, a beautiful example of it. I almost wanted to say Rick and Morty, but Rick and Morty doesn't so much do a mystery box as much as it throws questions at, like, it makes you question things, but not in a mystery box style, aside from really the Evil Morty arc. That is sort of a mystery box, but they don't really use it well. Battlestar Galactica reboot halfway through the season that they had no story and there's just they were just oh, sorry, I don't have my glasses on, or I mean I have my glasses on, but the text is small. Hold on, I'm adjusting myself now. Oops, bumped the mic. They were just manipulating the audience's emotions without a real story to tell, and it sucked because the miniseries and the first couple episodes were all really good, and they refused to do work built. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I think I've heard that there might be a new. Oh no, it's Stargate that's getting a new reboot, not Battlestar Galactica. Oh, a fantastic example of mystery box in my opinion, Westworld. If you've not seen HBO's Westworld, I've only watched season 1 and half of season 2 before I lost my HBO stuff, but Westworld. I don't even want to talk about the plot, because I like the later plot reveals, because I don't want to spoil it, but for a setup of people who want to see it. First off, the original Westworld novel was written by the guy who wrote Jurassic Park, like the original novel, and the show is framed almost as a prequel to the novel and also the old movie that came out based on the novel. The movie's fucking older than Jurassic Park. But the basic premise of Westworld. In the near future, a scientist has created near identical to human robots. And he has complete, like, copyright claim over them and keeps them secret how they work. But they, like, it's not that he hated theme parks, it's that he saw theme parks as the perfect way to criticize capitalism. Because all of his novels are about a beautiful marvel of science, amazing genetic engineering or robotics, something incredible, and it's being used for a fucking theme park. The stupidest thing it fucking could. And then always something goes horribly wrong because the theme park runners are dumbasses and cut corners in the dumbest areas. Again, Jurassic Park. He cloned fucking dinosaurs, but he couldn't invest on a double redundancy on the power grid or an improved security system. But the Westworld show. So the setup is that the guy's made near humanoid robots and has a fucking he's made a theme park around it where people are allowed to go in and basically run around like it's Red Dead Redemption, and they can kill the robots, they can have sex with them, they can do whatever with no repercussions, and there's all these pre-written quest lines and stories you can engage in. It's like a big video game for the hyper-rich, but more realistic. And the show follows a number of characters in a really cool way. We're following a first-time visitor to the park, experiencing it with a friend who's been there a few times. A man who's been going there for decades and has become so bored of the monotony of it, like, he has learned the patterns of every robot, everything they do, because there's cycles that the park goes through, reset every couple of weeks or months. It never clarifies how long a cycle is. But he's become bored of it and is looking for a deeper meaning in all of this, because he believes that there's some grand mystery puzzle of Westworld that no one's solved, and he's trying to solve it. We also follow the creator, who's been working here for years, but the creator of the park, but they're muscling him out, because he's an old man. They're trying to get him to retire and pass it on. His possible predecessor, a man who's sort of writing flamboyant, over-the-top stories, and, like, takes this seriously as the new art form, the new movies, the new books. And then we're also following a couple of staff members whose job it is to fix robots that are, like, having errors. And lastly, we're following a robot who's experiencing a bug related to the latest update, Reveries. Where what Reveries is meant to do is create more long-term entertainment for repeat visitors. Because if you're getting used to the signal, the patterns like that one old guy, you know, the park gets boring. So what Reveries does is, it allows the robots to carry memories across cycles of long-term visitors. But not full-on memories, but, like, hints of memories. So, like, a good example is, like, if you go to the park and every single cycle you visit and walk up to the same robot and smack them every single time, when you return, while they won't recognize you, they'll instinctively know to fear you. And, like, that's the idea. Or, like, if you are always going and being really kind and sitting down and having romantic talks and building up, like, using a robot like a pseudo-lover, it can be heartbreaking when a cycle occurs and they forget all that, and that's where Reveries comes in. Yes, they won't remember all of your long talks, but they'll innately want to trust you and hold a love for you. They'll open up to you faster than they would otherwise. But this one robot, the Reveries are malfunctioning, and they're seeming to remember not only more than they're supposed to, but things that they should have never been able to see seem to be cropping up in their memories. And they're questioning the nature of their world, much like the men chained to the cave questioned the shadows before them. The show is beautiful. Ugh. But, God, either way, we've been going for 40 minutes on this, on this video, and nearly an hour for the stream. And it's nearing around 5 a.m. for me. I should probably lay down. It's been nice having you hop in, Karma. If you want to know when I go live again, and anybody else who wants to know, like, wherever you're watching, keep in mind I always make posts on Tumblr when I start a new stream, so follow me on my Tumblr to see that. And, of course, follow me on Twitch and you'll get messages. Meanwhile, you can watch logs of all these streams uploaded to YouTube, and good places to talk to me are here in chat, in comments on YouTube, and messaging me on Tumblr. I try and check all of these regularly in order to stay in communication with all y'all. Yeah, it was really nice hanging out, Karma. I hope I can get you in future streams. I feel like having you alongside Tyrant King Xenomorph would be a really fun stream, because you guys are both really talkative in the streams. I enjoy having more talkative people here. I do use Discord, but I don't have, like, an official Discord, because I haven't felt the need for an official Discord yet. I just have the Discord I use with my friends, and, like, a handful of ones I follow for, like, games and mods that are in development. Maybe I could put together a, official Alaric Discord. I don't know how much use it would get, but maybe. That's something worth looking into, and I can always get a couple of my friends on to partake as moderators and help keep it a little bit moderately active. Get a couple of my other friends who like streaming and such on. Allow them to share their content. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Or Karma Chimera being the only one in chat today. And I hope everybody watching this on YouTube later enjoys it. And remember, if you want to influence what games I play, say so in chat, and give likes, because likes right now are serving as one of my biggest reasons to pick games. Individual servers for individual streamers tend to ghost town. Yeah. I do know a couple of my friends have been trying to do streams in YouTube, so maybe getting a couple of them. Like, my friend Hero Rareheart's got kind of a big YouTube channel. We've played Ultimate Chicken Horse together, but that's the extent of crossovers we've done, but... and God, back in the day before I did my own channel, me and my friends were talking about creating, the gas network games and such. Where we would, all upload videos, but it was getting hard to get everybody aboard doing, like... Everybody was on board with the idea of it, but nobody was willing to sit down and make content for it, so I just started doing my own channel here. And I've been enjoying it. Likes. I know YouTube has likes, and I know Tumblr. It's little heart, but I don't think it has a specific name giving the heart on Tumblr, so I've always just called it likes. God, fuck Facebook, though. But yeah, either way, I think I'm gonna wrap up, and maybe I'll look into creating a Discord that is shared between me and a couple of my other friends who like streaming on YouTube. Like, my friend Greg, he does, I think it's like Atomic Squid or something. He's been streaming lightly lately. He did I watched him do fucking Franbo and, the Jurassic World game. That was fun to watch. But, God, yeah, I keep meaning to sign off and then getting caught up. But, like I said, you mean liking existing videos? Yeah, so, if I've already played games, like, giving me likes, what I've been doing, the first thing I'll check is Tumblr messages and comments, and if I have people in chat or there saying like, hey, play more of this, I'll probably play more of it. Additionally, I keep in mind what games got a lot of attention on stream, part of why I came back to FTL recently, and why Old World Blues is still a long-running series, because those get a lot of attention here on Twitch. And then, in addition, I'll look to my playlists I've made of series, and look at the 2 most recent uploads, and which ones have the, like, and add together their likes, and whatever series has the most likes across the 2 most recent uploads, I'll play more of. So, like, I was looking in fucking the most recent uploads of some stuff. Have a good bit. You actually hate FTL? You're just here because nothing else... well, and nothing else has spaceships in it. I don't think I've been streaming anything else with spaceships explicitly lately. Actually, do I own any spaceshipy games? I mean, I streamed Surviving Mars, but that started bugging out. Man, I'd love to stream the game Rodina, but I don't think my computer's good enough for that. That's a very calm, chill space game. I have Stellaris, but I'm not good at that. If I start streaming that, I'm gonna have to preference it with, hey, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Spore's later stages have spaceships, but again, I don't think my computer can handle streaming that. Ship management games specifically. God. Rodina is a sort of, not ship management, but you can build ships in it. I think this might be the only ship management game I have. Heat Signature is about attacking and taking over ships, but not really ship management. I might look into that other game you suggested earlier. But from the looks of it, it might be too intensive for my current PC rig. I need a beefier computer to be able to stream certain things again. Like, I want to stream Minecraft again one day. That's the earliest stuff I streamed. But when I finally started going back and quality checking my streams, I realized that it was just a fucking hot mess, the Minecraft streams. Sometimes they'd run fine for good chunks of time, but then sometimes you just freeze on a single frame for 10 minutes. Reassembly the Yukon Master, Sunless Sea, Space Pirates, and Zombies. Spiritfarer, Space Scavengers, and so on. Yeah, I don't own a lot of those kinds of games. At least not looking around at glance. It could be my internet bandwidth. I don't know if it's the bandwidth or my computer is the thing, but either way, I'd want a beefier computer in case it is that, and if it turns out to be I mean, if it's the bandwidth, I did just get an Ethernet cable that I plan on wiring up to my room. That should hopefully improve the quality of some of the streams. Yeah. God, this is proving to be an extra long video, not just because of fucking after the gameplay's done chatting that's happening. Cosmeteer is free. So is the Yukon Masters. And... Endless Sky? I think I've heard of Endless Sky. And the Transcendence. I'll have to look into those at some point. I always like suggestions. Something that might help jog me to remember it too is... the Twitch chat I try and look up as soon as I can and like make notes of, hey, go back and rewatch the chat of these videos to remind yourself of things. Meanwhile, fucking comments on YouTube, those are there forever. So that's or throwing me the message on Tumblr. Sending me things in those areas will help me remember it more long term, because I'm a big old dummy boy. I know there was an old free web browser game I played that I don't remember the name of that I loved, where like the whole game's UI looked like an old computer monitor with all like simple outlines of things, and all of the ships were made of blocks. This was actually another part of the inspiration behind how ships would work in Shadow Space. So you'd start with literally just a thruster attached to an engine attached to a gun. And you would fly around your environment, attack other ships controlled by other players. Those would explode, breaking into parts, and then you'd be able to grab the parts off them and attach them to your ship to make it bigger and stronger. That game was always fucking great, but I could never remember the name of it. Ugh. I also, one day, if I can ever get VR, would love to play that Star Trek ship management game with a group of friends, if I could get friends that had VR, because a couple of my friends have VR. That would be another fucking amazing thing to try and play. Captain Forever. Maybe it was Captain Forever. Oh my god. They've made yeah, I saw that they made like official like the original Captain Forever was a free web browser game, and then they started making ones you could buy. God, that's the name. Oh my god. Thank you. I loved Captain Forever, the web browser one. I remember I discovered it because Vsauce's old free Do It Online Now guys series dong. Resembly and Space Scavenger are both heavily influenced by Captain Forever. Man, I've always loved games that involve, like, constantly building up something from shit you steal from enemies you defeat, like Nitrome. If anyone remembers the old, like, gaming site Nitrome. God, actually, some Nitrome streams might be a fun, random thing to do one day. But they had a game called, like, Steamers or something like that. God, I might do Nitrome streams in the future. Take a walk, because back when I was in, like, middle school, I played the fuck out of Nitrome games. And I don't think they're Flash-based, so they should still be alive today. God. But we've been going for 50 minutes, and it's 5 AM for me now. I should finally do the sign-off I've tried to do, like, several times. I'm just enjoying talking with you in chat. I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. God, so many Flash games lost, yeah. And so, like, what pisses me off is so many people made Flash alternatives, and I was like, yeah, this will be great. And then Windows didn't just turn off Flash. They put out a universal blocker that scans if you're trying to run Flash software and will stop it from running. Such dicks. I know there's some projects like Crumple, or Ruffle, which have created ways to get around that, but, like, a lot of them are having a hard time making it work. Ugh. Shitty stuff. Like, they couldn't just let old Flash run. No. We're gonna universally block and delete Flash on people's systems. Anyway, God, signing off. I hope you've all enjoyed this. I'll go live again at some point in the future. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and ta-ta!